Hello everyone and welcome back to Wolf Quest 2.7. We are here today with the Moon Pack Legacy as Moon Dancer and Nyx are so close to the summer hunting grounds. We are actually just a few steps away from the summer hunting grounds and we've got all of our puppies still. Let's make sure they're all okay. Stella, Ember, Blaze, Comet. We had a way over exciting last few minutes last time, so we decided to take a deep breath, take a breather, and start working our way to the summer hunting grounds with our puppies at the very, very end. And most likely we'll make it in the next few minutes, I really hope. We still have all of our babies. We've still got the amazing elk carcass that we have been feeding off of for quite a while. Chasing over one of the bull elk and killing it over here turned out to be one of the best things that we have ever done for our little pups. All right, come along, little ones. And it really does look like Generation 5 of the Moon Pack Legacy just might make it in full, which would be so exciting. Nyx is running over here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I was saying that. And then coyote. And this is why. No, do not bring the baby to the coyote, Nyx. What are you doing? This is why we always anticipate a little bit of extra excitement right before the very end of making it to the summer hunting grounds. All right, what are you even doing over here, Nyx? All right, all the babies need to come this way. We're going straight this way, and that's going to be the summer hunting grounds. And I think this is about the point where Moon Dancer would probably start getting very excited. Maybe start thinking, what if all the babies are able to make it? If they do, then they'll all be able to grow up at the summer hunting grounds, and she would have changed her entire life because all of her siblings died before they reached the summer hunting grounds. And so for her to have her very first litter all make it to the summer hunting grounds, I think it would be super duper special for her. I think it would really change maybe how she looks at her babies. And of course, just as we're talking about that, we have to have a little bit of extra spice of danger. All right, hang in there, little ones. Hang in there. All right, there's the eagle. Gonna chase the eagle away. I wish I could almost bite him. Be like, that's what you get. That's what you get for trying to threaten the babies. All right, how's everybody doing? They're almost there. We really are almost there. And we were just here. I thought I hear one. Oh, nope, nope, nope. No, you don't. No, you don't. None of this nonsense, coyote. Trying to come out of the tall grasses at the last second. We've got you. All right, see, that's why we always anticipate a few extra minutes of chaos right before we're able to bring the puppies to their safety, to the safety of the summer hunting grounds. All right, Comet, Ember, Blaze, Stella. I am so impressed. All of our little bright ones, all of our little star bright pups are being able to make it. Starbright would actually be a really fun name for this legacy too, of our moon pack, but it's just fun to call them that because they're all the really colorful ones. Really, really bright names for space things that shine brightly at night. So, all right, Comet. Come on, Comet. You're bringing up the tail there. Haha, there's kind of a pun hidden in that. But they are almost there. I think we're going to make it. But I keep saying that, and then we get, like, really close, and then something happens. Like, we need to make sure there's no coyotes going to show up at the last second. Nyx is bringing Comet. I think Nyx definitely likes Comet. All right. And an eagle. We predict this. We know that the eagles like to try to show up and eat our babies right before we hit the summer hunting grounds. All right, like this. Ah, get away. He knows they're almost going to be too big and too grown up to hunt anymore. So that's why the eagle shows up. And sometimes, Nyx, come back, please, Nyx. Oh my gosh, no. All right, Stella, if I feed you. Okay, that's the puppy who was hungry. Come on, we're almost there. We're almost here. All right, come on, everybody. Come on, come on. Oh my gosh, are we really going to make it this soon? We have to do a little howl to summon everyone to us. But sure enough, oh my gosh. Come on, babies. Come on, keep moving. Ember. What is this? There we go. All right. So it was really early today. That went a lot smoother than I thought. I thought for sure there would be bears popping up all over the place. I thought for sure there were going to be coyotes popping up all over the place or an eagle swooping down at the last minute once again. But we have made it, you guys. So we have managed to survive with all of the puppies to the summer hunting grounds for the very first litter of the Moon Pack Legacy. So that's a really, really wonderful omen. I think it's going to be pretty good for the moon pack from now on. So let's see, we have Blaze, and we've got Comet and Ember and Stella. So let's go ahead and celebrate them all reaching these summer hunting grounds by turning them into some proper wolves. And remember, we are not voting on who's going to lead the moon pack from now on. We are just creating them so that we remember what they looked like and that we are prepared to be able to choose them one day as the wolf to carry on the pack. So let's go ahead, create a new wolf. We'll go ahead and start with Blaze. And Blaze, so we've got to remember there's a lot of white and a little bit of black in the pack right now. So the moon pack doesn't have any of the red that we're starting to see come out more often in the Stormy Skies pack, but they do have a lot of white. And actually, let's see if we can find Nyx's fur. So I want to see if we can find Nyx. Was this Nyx? I feel like maybe, no, that wouldn't have been Nyx. So what did Nyx look like? All right, let's see. There's a lot of burns. There's a lot of, this almost looks like a cougar scratch. Would that have been Nyx? Now, this reminds me of one of the original wolves we used to have. I think it kind of reminds me of like Eclipse's old skin, actually. All right, let's see. Where would Nyx's skin be? I'm not really seeing it. Oh, here we go. So this is Nyx's skin. And then we are using, is it this one? I think it's like this one for Moondancer's skin, and we've just made her really, really like light colored. So for Blaze, I think we're gonna go with Nyx's skin, but make him very light colored and just a tiny bit of red, just to kind of keep everything. He's got those beautiful white stripes, the white mask that his dad had. He's looking awesome. I really like how he looks. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give him, I think we're gonna give him some good stamina and some good strength, if not so much speed. So I think we're gonna give him mostly stamina. So that might be a little bit interesting, even if he is not a very fast wolf, just to see how that turns out. And then a nice mournful howl like that. I think that would be good. And you know what? Actually, Blaze, we're gonna change everything up. Never mind. We're gonna make Blaze look totally different because I just had an idea. So the Life is Rough packs. I think we're gonna go ahead. I've actually never looked at what a Life is Rough pack would look like if we chose one of these skins. So for Blaze, which one? Probably this one. And then we'll kind of set it to be a little bit more white. We're gonna pick this one for Blaze, and we're gonna say that he actually has survived a forest fire. So that's gonna be Blaze. We'll give him a little bit of a torn ear. We'll give him a little bit more strength. And yeah, the speed loss will result from that, but he has a very handsome howl, and he started out as a really handsome wolf, and then he managed to survive a really bad forest fire that I don't think the rest of his siblings would have been in, but that would explain where all of his burn marks and all of his scratches come from and the torn part of his ear. And even though he looks really tough and mean now, he actually would have a really, really sweet, warm personality. So that's going to be Blaze. There we go. Give him a little bit of drama. Alright, and remember, we are not voting on the wolves that we are picking. We're just creating them to celebrate the fact that the puppies have made it to the summer hunting grounds. So then we have Comet. And I've kind of got a fun idea for Comet. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab Nyx's fur. And we're going to make him as bright as possible. And keep it kind of in the middle here. But I want Comet to be super fast. So Comet's going to be really fast. And I'll make him really, really fast, actually. So he'll kind of be set up like this. We're going to give him a fun howl. Yeah, I think this howl, because it sounds like it has a nice lot of energy to it. And we want him to be fast, so not a limp or anything like that. I think we'll just leave him like this. So this is going to be Comet. And his story is going to be that he's just kind of very playful. He doesn't really pay attention to a lot of things. He's one of the ones who kind of gets into trouble without meaning to. Really, really, he actually was the one that Nyx kept carrying around. So I think he's very much like his dad. But because everything went so well and because he was very close to his dad growing up as a wolf, you know, he doesn't have the same sense of drama and like everything could end in horror the way that Moondancer was starting to get. So he would bring a much lighter heart to the Moonpack legacy if he was their heir. So instead of going deeper and deeper into the darkness, the way that Eclipse's sadness led to Nightlight being very kind of serious, led to Moondancer being super serious and kind of withdrawn and aloof. Comet would kind of bring a new spin on all of that and have a very happy, cheerful personality. So that would be Comet. There we go. All right, and then let's go back. We have 2 more to add in, Ember and Stella. So we've had a lot of puppies this time. I can't believe we made it with that many. It's going to be fun to roll again and see what random difficulty will be set on for next time. So for Ember, I think she would be another fun one to kind of give the red tones to. So I think Ember, I think we would make this Ember, and we would say originally she had like a lot more white in her fur. She has her dad's tip of the tail, and she would have had a lot more white in her fur, but ever since she was in the same forest fire as Blaze, we'll go ahead and alter his story and say that they were in it together. And ever since they survived, she just ended up with lots of burns, and her fur color has kind of gotten a little bit darker. So that's her story. And let's go ahead and make sure we make Ember. There we go. And female. She's so much smaller now. And I think we would go ahead, I think she's just still going to be fast, even though, and she would be very strong. She would just be not too fast. Yeah, I think she'd kind of have everything sort of balanced out. And we'll give her her grandmother's howl, this howl, to kind of have the same as her brother. Just a nice, deep, dramatic howl. And she would have probably survived trying to see what was going on with, or gotten into trouble in the first place in the forest fire, trying to see what was going on with all of her siblings, and that's how she ended up like this. So she was trying to see what was up with them. So that's Ember. All right, congratulations, Ember. Welcome, welcome. So just keep all of these in mind, you guys. We really could have some pretty tough-looking wolves that would have survived. Moondancer would have just been like, I knew something bad was going to happen. But I think Ember would be very nurturing. That would be kind of her personality trait. All right, and then the last wolf that we are going to make is actually Stella. And so Stella, I think, is going to be a bit of a throwback to Luna. So we're going to make Stella super bright. We're going to say she ended up having a lot of her grandmother in her as time went on. And just like, yeah, just a lot of her grandma, but a little bit of her dad right down the tips of the tail. I think that would be pretty. Alright, so that'll be good. That'll be good. And this will be Stella. So she would have turned out to be the brightest and the whitest in fur of all of the wolves. And we're going to give her a lot of stamina, I think. A lot of stamina and not too much strength. A little bit of speed. There we go. Maybe not too much strength. So she'll be a little bit more delicate. And we'll actually give her a little bit more delicate sounding of a howl. And we'll say she's just a little bit smaller than all of her siblings. She's very pretty, but she doesn't really have a lot of confidence as a hunter. So that'll be what we will say for Stella, and her story could get much more interesting depending on what you guys say in the comments below, and depending on what may happen with her one day in the future. So there we go, you guys. We now have Blaze, Comet, Ember, and Stella with some pretty awesome stories, if you ask me. And one day, not today, but one day in the future, after we figure out whether or not Moondancer and Rain should have 2 or 3 litters, we will vote on the heir to the Moon Pack and the heir to the Stormy Skies Pack. Now is not that day, but I would love to know in the comments below if you guys could let me know if you think Moondancer and Nyx and Rain and Zephyr should have more litters. Should they have more than 2 litters? We always give at least 2 litters. Should they have 3 litters? Should we wait and see what happens to the 2nd litter before we decide? So let me know what you guys think, because so much of what we do in Wolf Quest is based off of your amazing ideas, the art and the stories that you guys tell, and I just can't wait to see where the next generation ends up going. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!